So this week I decided to talk about sleep issues. Whether you have occasional trouble getting a good night's sleep, falling asleep, waking up too early, waking up in the middle of the night, or you have chronic insomnia. I've met women who fall in both categories and somewhere in between. It can be really frustrating. At the beginning of my health journey that led me to become a certified health coach, sleep and insomnia were one of the main issues I was having, and I hadn't experienced those consistently in the past. I had a really hard time going to sleep at night. I was taking a sleeping pill pretty much to guarantee that I would go to sleep, and sometimes even when I take a sleeping pill, I'd wake up like clockwork every night around 2 to 3 o'clock in the morning and get ready to go back to sleep at 5 when it's time to wake up just a couple hours later. And sleep is one of the 4 foundational pillars of our health. If you are not getting good sleep, like deep 7 to 8 hours a night of sleep on average, it can significantly affect your health. And some of us need a little bit more, especially as we get older, depending on how stressful our lives are, if we're going through significant hormonal shifts in life and so forth. And not just light sleep where you hear everything going around you and you're kind of in this Zen zone, like deep therapeutic sleep. One of the biggest reasons why sleep is so important is because when we're sleeping, that's when the body repairs itself. And that in particular is when the brain cleanses itself and repairs itself. And so when you're sleep deprived, that's why your brain is foggy, you don't think clearly, you may have a headache, and many other issues as well. So I made a few notes here on my sticky notes because I want to share just a couple of points about sleep, and then as normal, stick with me throughout the week. I'll share a blog post on Thursday about some things that you can do to kind of support improving your sleep cycles. And one of the biggest things, as a lot of things that I discuss, is checking for hormonal imbalances. So if you think you may have a hormonal imbalance that's contributing to chronic insomnia or sleep issues, let me know. Schedule a one-on-one consultation with me. I'd be happy to talk to you about how I can help you confirm that and then support you to getting onto the path of beautiful nights sleeps every single night. Okay, so a few things. Interestingly, when we're supposed to go to sleep in the evening, your body should have a boost of melatonin that naturally occurs in the evening. Our bodies are on what's called a circadian rhythm. You've probably heard this before. We have a natural rhythm of activity in the body. It's about 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. on average. When you're outside of those hours, that is when the body generally slows its activity and it goes through its repairing and more calmer cleansing processes. Now, when we try to operate outside of that nature-oriented way of functioning, then sometimes things can get a little wonky. The body becomes used to kind of operating in a way that it's not designed to operate, and then we often have issues in trying to then do normal things again, like sleep. So some things that you can do, for example, or try to avoid that could contribute to not sleeping well is try to have no lights after a certain time in the evening. Especially LED and blue lights at night. It signals to the brain, oh, it must be daytime. My biological clock must be off. So it's time to party and like not release melatonin in the body, but rather release hormones that tell me to stay awake. But then when you're ready to go to sleep, you've already turned the brain back on and again have worked counter to that natural circadian rhythm. Hormones can contribute to insomnia and sleep issues. Melatonin is a hormone. And generally, when one set of hormones is off, remember the domino effect? They all get off and out of balance. So blood sugar issues, thyroid issues, adrenal or stress hormone issues can all contribute to creating that domino effect where your melatonin becomes low and the body is not releasing enough of it in order for you to fall asleep naturally and stay asleep throughout the night. Nutritional deficiencies, especially magnesium, for example, can be a huge factor in having a hard time getting a good night's sleep. Most of us are deficient in magnesium because magnesium is used for tons, literally more than 100 different biological functions. And so it's very easy to get depleted in it if you're stressed or the body has more of a demand for it than you are providing it. And sleep is one of them. Stress response in general is one of them. Muscle cramps and things like that are also another one of them. Eating late at night, drinking alcohol, and higher amounts of caffeine can all contribute to interrupting your sleep cycle and lowering the amount of melatonin that your body is naturally releasing so that you have enough in your brain to actually trigger sleep when you want to. Your body is not designed to be digesting food at night when it's trying to sleep and slow down. So if you eat really late at night, it's actually going to keep you up or have you have a harder time getting a sound night's sleep. And alcohol also has the opposite effect as well. Let's see, temperature in the room matters. Interestingly, cooler temperatures often support more sounder sleep. And so sleep hygiene is what a lot of these things are related to, which I'll talk a lot about in my blog post on Thursday. And so last but not least, think about 2 questions when you're assessing the quality of your sleep. Do you wake up naturally? Do you wake up feeling refreshed, as though your body has been rejuvenated and you're ready for the day ahead? Or do you wake up feeling sluggish, as though you could really sleep for another hour or 2 and you have to pull yourself out of bed? And how long does it take for you to fall asleep at night? Are you able to fall asleep within 15 to 30 minutes? Or does it take you 1 to 2 hours or more to fall asleep? Those are all signs that you may have a hormonal imbalance. Your body's natural levels of melatonin may be off, and there are underlying reasons for that, and you may need some support. All right, everybody, I hope these tips were helpful. I look forward to connecting with you throughout the week. Bye.